So here we have a special treat, a 2021 Dodge Durango Hellcat. And this one comes in black with red perforated leather interior. And the powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 engine made into an 8-speed automatic transmission. And that gets you 710 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. And this is one bad-looking SUV right here. So as we get to the front end, we have our LED daytime running lights along with our LED headlamps. Looks super aggressive. And then down here we have our 20-inch aluminum wheels. We have passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And there are the controls for the power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, memory seating. Get a nice premium Harman Kardon Sound System. And there's our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. Let's go ahead and hop in this second row. And I really like how they did this seat here. It's nice and bulky, but where your knees go, that really makes a huge difference. I'm not even touching the back of the seat because it's curved in here, and I'm 6'3" and have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. So really impressive there. And then down there we have our dual stage heated seats for the outboard rear passengers in the second row, 2 USB ports, and then we have a 115 volt 3-prong household plug-in there. And of course our rear vents too. And then the rear AC controls are right here, so we can adjust the fan speed and temperature, where it's going. We have vents. And there's our third row back there, which it looks like it actually has pretty good legroom back there. So far, very impressed. And then here we have a center console. Then we have a cubby space with a 12 volt and then a USB charging port there. But let's go ahead and check out the back. And I just love the rumble of this thing. It just sounds so nasty. There's the back end there. Let me just get a... Yeah, it sounds crazy good. And big shout out to Auto Collection in Murfreesboro for letting me test this one out today. And of course, you want to fold this third row down. You just pull up here. And then to put it back up, you just pull here. And I like how they have the little Velcro straps there so they're not flying all over the place. Then we can just close it, hitting this button here. And then here we have our power front passenger seat with power lumbar support. And I just love the bolsters here too. We're gonna see how they hold up during the test drive, but very, very firm. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. And look at that. 6.2 liter supercharged V8. And that engine bay just looks incredible. I love that. And you even have your air vents in the hood, because it's definitely getting hot under there. Now we'll hop in the driver's seat. Very nice and thick leather wrap steering wheel here. Really like that. Then over here to the radio, we have our new and updated system from Chrysler in terms of the infotainment system. So really clear picture, and I said this in my other reviews of Dodge, Jeeps, Chryslers. Just really crisp view here. Very responsive. But that's our navigation screen there. We get AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. And we get Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, and then Android Auto too. And then for our dual zone automatic climate controls, you can control that from the screen, which of course is very intuitive. And then you can also do your 3-stage heated and cooled seats as well as your heated steering wheel from there as well. And then we'll get to the actual buttons below in a sec. But here we have our wireless Apple CarPlay. So really crisp picture, and of course if you have music, you can turn that on. If you're connected to your 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, whatever, it'll pull up your maps and you can search destinations and all that. And I like how it's really easy to go through your apps there. And then of course, we have our fun stuff, so we can go through drag times, look at gauges, oil temperature, coolant temp. We can dyno, G-force, and then it'll show you the actual dynamics, how the vehicles turn and all that. And I just love being able to see all of that. And then for your drive modes, of course, we have our automatic, so we can actually go into eco mode with that on. And then we have our sport mode, track mode, and then snow mode, tow mode, custom mode. And then we can go through all of our apps here if we want to adjust the nav, audio settings, etc. There's our backup camera, and then we have guidelines that turn as we turn the steering wheel, which is nice to have so we can be very precise there. And then down here, those dual zone automatic climate controls. And I like having this quick SRT button. And then we have our launch control there, parking sensors, lane departure, all that. But it's just a really clean setup there. I like how they did that. And then there we have 2 USB ports, and we can do either USB-C or USB-A on either one. And then an aux input. And that's just the wireless charging pad. I'm demonstrating there with another phone. And then for our shifter, we have this button here. We press, pull down, reverse, neutral, drive, and then we can slide over to manually shift from the shifter, or we can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Cup holders there. Pretty good size center console cubby space. And then we have our universal garage door transmitter there. Toggle the hatch, lights there, and then for our power sunroof, we can control that. There's a quick look of the back seat from up here. And this one doesn't even have the owner's manuals open yet. And that's with it only having 2,100 miles on it. But over to the left side of the steering wheel, we can toggle our gauge cluster, all that we have going on there. And then we have our Bluetooth controls, voice recognition there. Cruise controls, adaptive cruise. We can adjust the gap there. And there's our push button start. And And of course we have the red key here with remote start. And now onto the fun part. We're about to take this SRT Durango out on the road for a quick test drive. So before we even get started, I'm just gonna go ahead and test out the sound system here.
Spend a minute trying to get mine, motherfuckers, and then I flip right. Went from mama crib to penthouse, still got so much left to incline. I finally made it big time. 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 One take.
So really crisp sound, of course, and just everything is in your face, not too loud, but everything is very clear. So very impressive sound system, which I'm not surprised by, but definitely an A+ there. And really, even in this sport mode, this rides very well. It's not as choppy as I would have expected. And the seats hug me very nicely. Just stupid quick. This is gonna be fun. Here we go. Oh my gosh. And with 2,100 miles in sport mode, the check engine light has come on, so that's interesting. We're gonna put it back in auto mode now. But really nice ride in auto mode. And this kind of toggles your eco mode and all of that. Now I will say, I'm sure the gas mileage is not great, but this is very manageable in terms of just something to drive around town. Very, very easy to drive. And the only thing that would worry me is, of course, I'm going to get this checked out with the service department, but with 2,100 miles on it and a couple 3/4 pulls, it's just weird that the check engine light came on. But it seems to be driving fine now. But the exhaust just sounds absolutely incredible. And of course the engine bay does too. That rumble is just, it's the best, that's all I can say. Well, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of the 2021 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat.